Tonight on SmackDown AfterBuzz, we got to talk about a lot of action, a lot of releases, and a lot of new tag teams. We got a whole bunch to discuss, so stay tuned.
You're tuning into the destination for TV superfan discussion, AfterBuzz TV. And now, let the buzz begin.
You came to play and hang out with us on AfterBuzzTV.com. We're live.
Yeah.
Blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
Take two. Action. I'm being the miss. Take two. Let's do it again. We are live. See what I did there?
You need a stunt man.
I need a Maurice. That's what I need.
I'm sorry, I can't whip my hair with the headphones on. I'm sorry.
Live on AfterBuzz. God. AfterBuzzTV.com, YouTube page, SoundCloud, iTunes, all of that. Welcome to AfterBuzz TV SmackDown. I'm Christian Rosenberg. The Twitter @Real Rosenberg, Instagram @Real Rosenberg, T-shirts ProWrestlingTees.com/Christian Rosenberg. Crew's all here tonight. What up? @Curtain Jerk Scott Narver, aka Macho Man Shirt.
I'm doing good. I know you need a stuntman right there, but I don't think they're available
There's
anymore.
no stunt double available right now?
I don't think so. I think they have future endeavors where they might be.
Because I'm in the market for one. But also,
sorry, buddy.
Chris Reports and cool old school WWE T-shirt. Hey, Christy Olson.
That's right, hello. We didn't even plan our pastel matchy-matchy here.
No,
Aren't we good?
You're
We're
matching
so
up.
good.
Yeah.
And Jimbo's got the night off, but we got NXT member Mark Donica in the booth. What up, sir?
What's up, everybody? What it do?
What it do, indeed. So, we got a whole lot to talk about. Probably more news and gossip at the end of the show than we've ever had for an episode.
That's how I like it.
It's right up Chrissy's alley this week. So let's get into SmackDown right away. We start off with Dean Ambrose coming off the heels of destroying Chris Jericho's $15,000 jacket on Raw. And Mauro Ranallo worded it perfectly. It was a jack-catastrophe.
He's got the best dad jokes to start off every SmackDown.
Doesn't he?
Yeah.
I feel like he tops himself every week. I'm like, bravo, Mauro. Bravo.
Yeah.
I'm like, that's so cheesy, but it's so good.
You got the king of wrestling sitting next to him, Jerry Lawler, but you got the king of dad jokes running the show.
And Byron.
Yeah, and Byron.
Yep.
King of something. to be named.
To be named later.
Sorry, Byron.
Ambrose was saying that Jericho was claiming that he owes him $15,000 for a new jacket. But Ambrose said, hey, it's all fair. You destroyed my plant, Mitch. I destroyed your jacket. They're about the same price. But Ambrose said at Extreme Rules he's going to take away the one thing that nobody's taken away from Jericho, and that's his ego. And he wants to just take it with this Ambrose promo.
Ego match.
And I would not be against that. I want to see how that would work.
He's gonna have to like back up a U-Haul to get Jericho's ego out of there. Like, come on.
It's a big ego.
Mm-hmm.
They need an empty arena match so the people in the arena would not take up his ego space.
Right, or add to it.
Well, Jericho's music hits, Blackout, so we're thinking he's going to come out the ring. Is he going to have a new jacket? Did he try to sew the old jacket back together? Is he going to be naked? We don't know.
That's what you were hoping for. You just kept screaming, naked!
My fingers are crossed.
As per usual.
And that's what I scream for every segment on wrestling.
Naked!
Just naked. Well, Jericho attacks Ambrose from behind, so Ambrose is laid out, and then Jericho grabs a straitjacket and locks Ambrose in it and proceeds to beat him profusely where Ambrose cannot defend himself.
Yay!
We have not seen a straitjacket. Scott, you were looking it up.
Yeah,
like you were looking at videos.
To look up how many straitjacket matches exist in the world of wrestling.
And the answer was not many.
Not many, and it's pretty obscure when some forums are saying like, oh yeah, there was one time where someone brought one out, but it wasn't a match. I guess Stone Cold was involved in one with Vince that wasn't particularly a straitjacket match. Other companies have done them, but WWE, from what I could find, they have not done a just flat out straitjacket match.
Do we
you have to put your opponent in a straitjacket to win?
Do we think that that's going to happen, or was this just a one time thing with Jericho putting the leader of the insane asylum in a straitjacket?
Yeah, that's definitely what they're leading up to, right?
I hope.
I just love any time that something happens and you're like, oh my gosh, have we ever seen that before? No, never. I mean, with a company that's been around this long, it is almost impossible for them to come out with something to open a SmackDown on a random Thursday night that we've never seen before, and I like it.
And what seems like an old idea, because it seemed familiar. It's like, oh, this has happened, yes. I mean, if it was a light-up straight jacket match, that would never happened.
If the straight jacket was full, if he had a $15,000 straight jacket, now we're talking.
Yeah, that might be what Ambrose does if he loses that match. He might just bedazzle the heck out of that thing.
Well, you know where else you can get $15,000?
Where?
You can even
get. Do tell.
Well, I can tell you. Not only can you get $15,000, you can get $50,000. You can get $1 million.
That's a lot of jackets.
At DraftKings. You can do it all at DraftKings, people.
What?
Yeah, and right now, golf is in full swing. I know a lot of people are thinking, oh, it's golf. Hey, daily fantasy works on golf. You got your NHL playoffs going, your NBA playoffs. Baseball's in full swing. We're still waiting on football.
Baseball's in full swing.
I wasn't even trying that.
Leave it tomorrow, Rosenberg.
I wasn't even trying that. I'm a natural. What can I say? But if you want to play in daily fantasy golf, you use the code BUZZ at DraftKings.com, and you will play for free, and your first deposit will be, you get free entry. That's what I meant to say. I'm just having all sorts of take-twos.
All right.
Make your first deposit, and you will play for free on DraftKings with the promo code BUZZ in this week's fantasy golf contest with $400,000 in prizes just in that one tournament. All you got to do, you pick 6 golfers before the tournament starts, and based on how they do, you can win. That simple. The code word is BUZZ. Play for free at a shot to win a bunch of money. First place is $100,000 in this tournament.
This is easy. I'm going to pick everyone from Caddyshack. I got this.
You got it. You got it. And for those of you that watch sports like me, do a little more research than Scott. Pick some actual golfers, and let's see if you can beat me on DraftKings.com. Promo code BUZZ.
I've done a lot of research.
Challenge accepted.
I am not including anyone from Caddyshack 2.
Oh.
Yeah, so I know my golfers, thank you, and Kerwin White to lead it all off.
Fair enough.
Nice.
Rusev versus Sin Cara rematch from this past Monday, where Sin Cara got the surprising upset thanks to almost like an evil Kalisto interfering in the match. Where last week he did a run-in on Raw, he interfered and cost Rusev a win. Tonight he's on commentary.
All gussied up.
He's all dressed up, and Lawler was having fun making short jokes. Lawler was not being a star tonight.
No, he was being a bully.
He was being Jerry Lawler. But he's being a Jerry Lawler we love. So that's a good thing.
Okay.
I enjoyed him.
Yeah.
I mean, Kalisto
needed somebody to help him out a little bit when he was out there.
It's unusual. I don't know why.
Unusual for Kalisto, or just unusual in general?
It's an unusual presence of him just being all dressed up and like, hi, I'm really happy to be here.
Yeah, he's just like too cute and sweet to give off scary wrestler vibe or something. I just don't get any aggression from him, and that's okay. Well, but I mean,
like even when Mysterio, because obviously he's always going to be compared to Mysterio, but when Mysterio was not wrestling or just sitting on commentary, he was wearing like a button-down shirt and jeans. You know, he wasn't like all dolled up, but obviously it is kind of a different time now. But yeah, I mean, he's like, and the fact that his masks are matching his suits.
I mean, that's
pretty
impressive.
Baller.
That is baller.
But it's not, there's no mystique to him. Once you wear a mask, there's mystique to a character. Because we immediately don't know what you look like. So when you're just like, hey, things are great, and I'm happy, and this is fun. Like, oh, all right. It's nothing sort of weird.
Doesn't make you want to see what's under the mask, does it?
No. It could be a ventriloquist dummy under there now. Like, I don't know.
So there's a dummy under the mask? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, that's right.
Okay.
And Lawler's working out a vaudeville routine.
Oh, very nice.
To manage the vaudevillains.
Manage the vaudevillains, and they'll just get a whole little stable going. I like it.
And they'll all live in Puerto Rico.
The shining star of the Caribbean. Towards the end of this match, Lana throws water at Kalisto and clearly damaged his tie because he had to take it off. And Kalisto...
Then he got a little mad.
He got a little mad and started yelling at Lana.
When you take off a tie, how do you take off a tie?
I usually kind of undo the knot and pull it down. He, like, ripped it, like... behind, didn't he?
He brought it up over his head while still knotted and tied.
Yeah, I don't do that. I untie it and like pull it down.
Right, that's kind of the fun. You do the,
Oh.
Yes, it's so much fun to untie a tie.
But when you do it,
You're like getting sassy at the end of the night? Is that the idea?
yeah. But when you're
I
upset,
like
like water's been thrown in my face, like let me yank this up over my mask and head, and it was. I don't know if he's worn a suit before.
Well, while he's trying to take off his tie and talk to Lana, Rusev rolls out of the ring, kicks him in the back of the head, then rolls back into the ring, kicks Sin Cara in the face, accolade, Rusev crush. Rusev wins. Build a little momentum on his side, head into Extreme Rules.
Yeah, I thought it was a curious decision to have Lana out before Rusev and announce him. I think we haven't seen a whole lot of that instead of her coming down the runway with him. And I just wondered I'm just always looking into like, why? So why did they do that? What's the point? Why do they want Rusev? Are they trying to establish him more on his own? Or why?
Well,
why, boys? Why?
They started doing it a couple weeks ago with Lana in the ring, introducing him, because they're kind of bringing him back to how they first started, but updated, so they're not just only speaking Russian.
Right.
Lana's still introducing him, just now in the ring, not in the business dress, and if that's what you call it, on the stage. So it's kind of a combination of what they were doing at the beginning, but adding a new, just arrogant vibe to it. They're not doing the "we're Russian, we're better than you." Mm-hmm. They're just doing "we're just better than you."
Okay. It's not that Maurice is now coming out with the Miz, so now they're like, oh, now Maurice is just going to come out by himself and Lana's going to be there already.
I don't believe so.
No, all right.
Could be for just variety's sake. So
I mean,
it
it makes sense.
Yeah. I don't know.
Sorry, it probably doesn't really matter that much.
It does.
No,
the little things
matters.
matter.
We need to discuss every little detail.
Yeah,
that's
like-
what we're here for.
Why does he take his tie off that way?
We need to go for at least another 20
You're right.
minutes on that
We are
topic.
deep tonight. We are deep. You're welcome.
Renee is backstage with Emma and Dana Brooke,
Yes.
who made her debut this past Monday on Raw. And we get introduced to the fact that Emma and Dana are calling themselves END,
Yeah.
the end, Emma and Dana.
Thank goodness there's no team in front of it, at least.
Well, this is a direct response to Team Bad being out. And they're kind of, Emma and Dana are now going to fill that void. So we should not be surprised that they are Team END.
And Dana brought up a good point that when NXT started, Emma was one of the leading women to build this whole women's revolution that we've had. But everyone forgets about Emma. But Dana didn't. That's why she stuck with her. And Becky just seems crazy and doesn't know why the fans love her. But tonight, Dana's going to teach her a lesson. And that leads to Dana Brooke versus Becky. Dana's main roster debut on SmackDown.
And she set it up so nicely with that promo tonight.
She did. I thought she did a great job with the promo.
You know I say this a lot, but I need someone to just be the full package from the first second I look at them. You know,
Okay.
we're all familiar with Dana Brooke from NXT, but when she comes out, the way she's standing, the expression on her face, the wardrobe, before she even opened her mouth, you knew what she was going to say. Like, I love those characters who you know exactly who they are. Like, don't give me like a wish-washy, I do a little bit of this and a little bit of this. Like, she is a distinct character. She has it developed, and she gave it to us tonight, and I love it.
Yeah, one thing that always catapults you even more is, you know, they always talk about that quote-unquote it factor, that natural charisma that you have. Dana has a phenomenal look. Is her wrestling, and all, it's not at like Charlotte's Sasha level yet. It will get there. She's improved drastically since she started in NXT. But she's also been hurt for a while, so it was actually very surprising because she was out. Mark, you would know this better than any of us.
Sure.
How long has Dana been out with injury?
Quite some time. Not super long, but I think her last match was
Was Asuka, right?
was Asuka. She was out for Takeover London, and she's been out since.
Oh, wow. So that's a couple months, right?
That's around maybe, almost 6 months or so?
Yeah, they just wanted to be sure because I think it was a head scare too, so they wanted to be triple sure.
Gotcha. So obviously she's, continued training, but we haven't seen a televised match of her for months. and now she's, boom, on the main roster. Not many people in NXT could do that, but her charisma, her character, her presence, she has that it factor in that regard. So she comes out, her and Becky, I thought they had a solid match. I am confused why Becky is still wearing a t-shirt while wrestling.
Maybe she's got bruises.
Again, he wants naked.
No, I'm not saying I want naked.
All right.
That's not what I'm saying.
Why wouldn't you?
Well,
They might be
So
listening.
you don't want naked?
Well, I didn't say that either. But
All the women who are writing DMs to you just deleted them.
This is a
They're gonna send their
family
pictures
show,
to Scott
Christian.
instead.
A family show.
I always try to say that. That's why I'm trying to stay polite.
We're born naked. We wrestle naked.
Backlund, we'll get to you later.
Oh, sorry.
Well, you know, for a lady, it could be something as simple as, you know, she had a lot of cookies this week and she wants to keep her shirt on. Not a big deal.
What? Becky OD'd on cookies?
Breaking news.
It could happen. It could happen.
The last kicker's the cookie kicker.
There you go. Towards the end of the match, Dana's down. She gets the referee's attention while Becky's trying to get back to her feet. Emma comes around, gives her a thumb to her injured eye. Becky's having trouble seeing. Dana takes her down. Jackknife cover, gets what I call an upset win. Obviously, it is her debut. But, I mean, Becky was just in that huge WrestleMania triple threat. And now Dana Brooke, on her debut, just pinned her. So we'll see where this is going. Will Becky find a partner? Will she just take turns going back and forth with Emma or Dana? We shall see. But we got something else that we got to do before we see what happens next with that. So, Scott, I think it's time for you to, for both of us, I should say, to grab our helmets and go into the bunker. Because it's time for Believe That!
Yeah, I wasn't ready.
It gets so hot in here with the explosions.
It's like a
All the
flashbang.
destruction.
Oh,
It's like a flashbang. It blinds you.
Yeah.
Oh, I love
right.
doing that to you. Hey, if you think that gave you a little whiplash, wait till you hear this juicy rumor.
Ooh, look at you with the segue.
That's right. Reportedly, there will be another round of cuts following Extreme Rules. We know that there were several already happening, but there is to be a round 2 that'll, of course, include Adam Rose and, this is the big one, reportedly a top female talent will also be released very soon. So, gentlemen, I can't wait to hear your speculation on who it may be. Do you believe that?
Shane McMahon's gonna fire Stephanie, but they're half controlling. Oh, that's devious.
Maybe he has 51%.
Oh, the consortium.
Well, it also depends on what their definition of top women's star is.
Well, that's a good point.
Because to them, maybe it's someone that's on Total Divas. Or is it someone that's currently in the women's title picture? I mean, we don't know. Could there be another round of cuts? I don't want there to be, but I can certainly see it happening. Do I think there are some females that could be on the chopping block? Yes. I don't see any of the ones that are kind of in the title picture right now offhand. I don't know their contract situations. So
I think it's glaringly obvious. Scott, what do you think?
I really don't know who it is if you're glaringly obvious, but go ahead, Scott.
I believe that. I mean, the Adam Rose thing is very unfortunate. And in this day and age, it just seems like for them, it's quicker to suspend or just release. And it's never, you're banned for all of time. It's just an easier PR move and like, well, you'll come back, go do other stuff. But I'm trying to think of who this obvious top.
Yeah, see, we have no idea who you're talking about.
But I could still believe it. I'm just not thinking of who it is.
It's gotta be Summer Rae. She has no storyline. She's not on Total Divas. She's not connected with any of the other female wrestlers right now. She's not tagging with anybody. She's not in a feud. I mean, almost everyone else is pretty much on Total Divas at this point, and they have already shot the next season. They're not going to cut any of those girls until that airs starting in October.
So you consider Summer one of the top?
I wouldn't have called her that, but she seems to be the only one that it could be, right? It's not Emma. Reportedly, Emma's going to have a big push coming up, so it's not Emma, obviously.
Right.
It's not Becky. It's not Sasha. I mean,
Rosa Mendez?
I think she's already pretty much done? I kind of forgot about her.
Well,
nobody would call her a top female talent, right?
Well, no, I didn't think people were calling Summer that. I like Summer a lot. I mean, I like Summer Rae a lot. I think Summer Rae is very underrated in the ring.
I agree, and I think the fact that she had a couple matches and a couple little pushes around WrestleMania and the weeks following, I think that's kind of your evidence too. Don't they kind of give everyone a final like, all right, go out there, impress us, see if we want to give you more money?
Yeah. Could be, yeah. I totally believe it. I think it's very possible. And much like Christian said, I don't want it to be the case, but they're clearly bringing in a lot of new people. Maurice is back and working for them. And, you know, we got Dana now, and just new people are coming up all the time. So
that's 2 new blondes.
Bring on a brunette.
Blonde math. That's blonde math I can do.
Now, but that, sadly... That makes sense.
Yeah.
When you're thinking like blonde, brunette, like it's sad that does play a factor, but it does.
That's how it works.
Well, we shall see.
Nobody's thinking the Bellas?
Well,
because they're going to be, I mean, why wouldn't they be released from their contract if they're essentially, in all effects and purposes, retired?
Well, because they're still going to be around. They'll still make appearances. They're not going to wrestle.
If WWE makes announcements that Christian's done with his in-ring contract and this person's done with this contract as opposed to a full-on, like, oh no, they're done completely, it doesn't seem out of the realm of possibility.
That's true.
No.
Maybe it's great.
It makes sense.
Or will they not list that because while they're hyping up Total Bellas, they don't want that type of news to break? I don't know.
Ooh,
Either
What
one.
a good storyline! What a good story to start off Total Bellas.
Ooh.
Also true.
Yes.
Also true.
Girl.
See, I knew it was going to be fun to talk this one out with you guys.
That was a fun one. I'll give you that. That was fun. That was fun.
Quick shout out to Andrea Beeler in the chat. She graduates from college on Sunday.
Hey, congrats, Andrea.
Congratulations, girl.
It wasn't specified which college, so I'm assuming Clown College. Congratulations. It is not easy.
No, it's not. I mean, fitting in that car, that's tough.
Oh, that's way tough.
No. She's definitely like graduating summa cum laude from AfterBuzz University.
Oh. Well, there you go.
All right.
Congratulations.
The club is backstage. They're talking about how tonight Gallows and Anderson versus the Usos, but Reigns and AJ both banned from ringside. Club is backstage talking about it, but AJ's like, don't worry, you guys go take care of the Usos, and if Reigns shows up, I'll be out there. I'll take care of him.
Yeah, man, heading into Extreme Rules, we have a lot of banning from ringside and nothing Extreme.
That's the definition of extreme this year, is being banned from ringside.
And tied up in a jacket.
Yes.
Extreme. You won't be able to use your arms.
Plants,
So
straight jackets, and being banned from ringside.
Oh, man.
That's the PG era, people.
New Day comes out talking about where the vaudevillains put their noses this past Monday on Raw. Big E was trying really hard to say that word that rhymes with pass. Yep.
I hear it.
You always get a smile on your face when you hear New Day's music.
I do.
Xavier Woods said that the vaudevillains Kanye Wested them. And what he means is that they interrupted and put their nose in business that had nothing to do with them. But they'll be like Doc Brown and Extreme Rules, smack them back to the future. And out come the vaudevillains, and pretty much all they were saying was, soon the sun will set on the New Day. And this led into singles action of Aiden English versus Kofi Kingston. I love the fact they gave Aiden English a good singles match. Mm-hmm. I was a huge fan of Aiden in NXT when, before he started teaming with Gotch, he had like the artiste character where he, we've heard him do a little bit of the singing, but that was pretty much his whole thing. And I loved that character. And
it's very obnoxious.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And I think Aiden English is one of the more underrated wrestlers, like physical wrestlers on the main roster right now. I mean, granted, he's new to the mainstream audience, but he's very talented and can work with guys of all different sizes.
He's really smart.
The chat roll is just focused on how pale he is.
He is pale.
And he looks exactly like Cesaro, other than those two things.
Oh,
think he does?
yeah.
Oh, yeah. You never noticed that?
Oh, now that you say it.
I thought that was a common thing that everyone goes like, yeah, he looks like Cesaro.
I guess if you shaved his head, he would look like a skinnier Cesaro.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude.
No, they look. It's like the Darren Young John Cena
rumor
thing.
mill begin.
That they're secretly brothers.
Something. They're the same person. I mean, you never know.
Yeah, somehow in English goes to the back, grows 5 inches, and
NXT
40 pounds of muscle and becomes Cesaro.
NXT is just a lab where they're just making them, and occasionally, like, too much of the DNA of one strain of superstar comes in, and that's why Darren Young was made into look like John Cena, and now it's Aiden English is making to be look like Cesaro.
Mark, did you know that NXT is just a giant science lab?
We're not supposed to talk about it.
Oh, fair enough. My bad. You forget I said anything. Fun match with Aiden and Kofi. Kofi goes for the Trouble in Paradise. Gotch interfered. Then Gotch, Big E, and Woods were getting into it. Ref ejects all 3 of them from ringside. And as this happens, Kofi goes for a sunset flip. Aiden English blocked it.
That was cool.
And then grabbed the rope out of the ref's vision, held down Kofi, got the win. Aiden English defeating a lot of upsets tonight. Aiden English defeating Kofi. Great. I enjoyed it. I thought the match was a good amount of time. I thought the 2 of them did very well together. Gave the Vaudevillains a little more momentum heading to Extreme Rules too. I liked every bit of this match.
Yeah, it was a great showcase for him to go against Kofi because they're both very agile, and it was great to see it.
Yeah. Roman Reigns backstage with the Usos, and we got the exact same promo from them that we got with the club. Usos like, Roman, I can't believe you're going to be banned from ringside. Reigns said, don't worry, go out, do your thing. If AJ shows up, I'll take him out. Pretty much the exact same promo.
They could have just run them side by side.
They could have just did it at the same time.
Give us 2 more minutes of match.
Mm-hmm.
Just saying.
And just had the audio go at the same time, too.
We know what they're saying. We knew. We knew the message. There could have been a commercial that played and just see them. All right, bro, I'll be there. Go get him.
Or to just go,
What was that?
It was just like, okay, bro, go get him.
Can you do the rest of the show talking like that?
I like that it ends with a.
I mean, that's what I hear when men talk. I don't.
Oh.
Sorry.
Yeah.
So, but you're hearing actual words.
A little sometimes.
Okay.
And then it just turns into.
Whenever Scott and I have a debate, that's what you hear.
Christian, she's not wrong.
Sorry.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry.
No, I'm talking about men in general. Me too.
Okay.
I'm throwing myself under that damn bus.
Oh, okay, good.
All of you. All of you.
I thought it was just me. I got sad. Usos versus Gallows and Anderson. Like we've seen over the last month, these 4 tear the house down. These guys work very well together. Morrow brought up Carl Anderson's history over in Japan, not just being successful with Luke Gallows, but also being successful with Giant Bernard. And Lawler was just like, where's Giant Bernard been? I haven't seen that guy in a long time.
It's a joke.
Yeah, wait, is it? Is it, Mark?
No.
Is that a joke?
No, it's not.
I'll let everyone know that Giant Bernard is Tensai. Did I spoil something? Did I break a wall?
All I
a
hear
secret?
is,
Hey! Breaking news. Lord Tensai was Giant Bernard. There it is.
Exclusive.
Prince Albert.
A.K.A. the Hip Hop Hippo.
Did it all.
Apparently he's an alien as well.
I don't think you know what that sounds
Oh, that was
from.
Law and Order. I thought it was X-Files for a minute. Jeez, I'm an idiot. Oh, damn it.
That was X-Files.
All I watch is sports and wrestling. I'm sorry. Gallows threw one of the Usos over the announce table towards the end of this match, and at that point the ref just called for the bell, threw it out. They all continued to brawl on the outside, and then Gallows and Anderson grabbed a steel chair, laid out the Usos, and stood tall. And you know there's going to be some type of match with these 4 at Extreme Rules also. Now the question is, what type of match are they going to have?
Don't speak loudly match for Extreme Rules in the PG era. I don't know, something. Who can read a book the fastest?
I mean, these guys go out there and get pretty extreme every night when they wrestle each other.
Yeah.
So they're going to have to come up with something really good.
Cage? Put him in a cage?
That'd be cool.
Yeah.
That'd be cool with Cage.
Tornado tag cage match.
Ooh.
Tornado, yeah,
Ooh,
that'd be
yeah.
good. There's no last man standing. Maybe a last team standing match.
Okay.
I don't know how that would work.
You have to get them both down for 10 seconds.
Yeah. If one's down for
that'd be
10,
cool.
then they're eliminated type deal.
That sounds fun.
Yeah. We'll see. But now is a time of the show where now there's going to be a new recurring segment, apparently, as long as we have these Darren Young videos. So, just like we did last week, we're going to reenact this fun-filled vignette. I will be playing the role of Darren Young. Mr. Scott Narver will be playing the role of Mr. Bob Backlund. And let us make Darren Young great again. Scott, take it away.
Tell me what time it is.
Oh, sure. Hold on. Let me just pull out my phone and see what time it is.
No. Don't call the operator. Tell me what time it is.
I wasn't going to call anybody. I was just going to pull out my phone and...
You look like John Cena.
No, I'm Darren Young. You're my life coach.
You look like John Cena.
But...
Blackface is highly inappropriate.
Whoa, hey.
That's what I'm saying. Whoa, hey.
All you did was ask me what time it was. I was going to tell you what time it was, Mr.
Get a
Backlund.
watch. Where's your watch? Look at your watch.
My watch? No,
Yeah.
Well, I mean, my phone is my watch. It's my calendar. It's my desktop. It's my email. I do everything on it.
No. Just
What?
no.
What do you mean?
Just flat out no.
I don't understand.
Where's Titus O'Neil?
He was hanging out at Universal Studios or something. But what,
Harry Potter Land? I'm going to Harry Potter Land. I'll see you later.
do you want me to tell you what time it is?
4 o'clock. Thank you.
And scene. Make Darren Young great again, everybody.
Do 100 squats, damn it.
Oh, we forgot the squats.
Thank you, chat roll.
I got a blast from the past for you.
All right.
Because I feel like God! And everybody was scared. Do you not remember that right after you...
Oh, I remember. I remember.
I also remember. I'm trying to remember what it's from. Just the promo with him. Is it the eagle and the flag behind him? And he's sitting at a desk, and he goes in a tirade.
Was that when he was trying to run for president?
When he was running for president.
Yeah. Oh, that was a good one too. That man is a lunatic. I love it.
Are we ever?
Ambrose has nothing on him.
Are we ever going to get a vignette where the two of them are actually in the same room?
I think it's going to be a while.
That's fine. I want this for another 3 months. I want Scott and I to do this every week for the next 3 months. We need to make Darren Young great again, but we need to give it time so Scott and I can have fun with it.
Okay.
And now, what I truly felt was the main event of the evening, even though it wasn't listed as the main event.
Yes.
We have been waiting for what feels like 17 years for this match to happen. The team of Gorgeous Truth versus the team of Goldango. We've been waiting for this moment. You felt the tension.
Mm-hmm.
That arena in Des Moines, Iowa was going nuts.
Right.
They wanted to see the moment.
They're hanging from the rafters.
They wanted that moment. R-Truth and Goldust was stood in the ring at the same time. And we got that within 10 seconds.
Yes. After elaborate entrances, though,
Yeah.
which were great.
We had the elaborate
Necessary.
entrances. Yes. When you're putting water on your plant that is holding your cell phone.
That is a selfie stick, sir, and he was watering it.
A selfie branch or a selfie stick?
It's a selfie stick.
Oh, okay.
And he's watering it. I don't know why Tyler Breeze doesn't water his. Seems foolish.
I mean, his is full
That's
of
why they
feathers.
didn't remain partners. R-Truth didn't give him a little water for
Don't
his selfie
spoil
stick.
it.
Sorry.
Everything needs water. We all thrive on water.
He's too good. R-Truth is too good.
Oh, and by the way, in the chat, there are a few people in the chat where they're saying that I look a little bit like Backlund. I've been told for years that I look like a young Bob Backlund.
Oh, I see it.
Because I'm very pale like Bob
Also, the
Backlund.
Western shirts don't help the howdy doody thing.
They don't. No, they don't. They don't help that. I'm okay with it. I've grown accustomed to it. But we have Goldust and R-Truth
So
finally
you're
in the ring.
Kalisto.
Yes, I am Kalisto. I need to learn how to take off a tie. They stare at each other. Breeze and Fandango are yelling at him like, "Go hit him!
Mm-hmm.
We need to win. We need the winner's purse. Winners get more money."
Yeah.
That's what Ryback says. It was there. Breeze tags himself in because R-Truth and Goldust aren't going to hit each other. And as Breeze goes in, he just throws Truth out of the ring. And then Fandango runs in to almost protect Goldust.
Yeah, it's his partner.
From Breeze getting ready to sucker punch him. And then Fandango turns around and gives Goldust a vicious lariat. And Breeze then covers Goldust, gets the win for Breeze and technically R-Truth.
Yep.
And then Fandango and Tyler Breeze then beat the crap out of Goldust and R-Truth. Leave them laying.
Instinct. Goldust goes to cover R-Truth and protect him from a further beating.
That's right.
So sweet.
So we finally have R-Truth and Goldust coming together, and in the midst of it, we have a new team of Fandango and Tyler Breeze. This could not have gone better.
So what kind of a match do you think we're going to have at Extreme Rules?
We'll have Golden Truth versus whatever they're going to call Breeze and Fandango, probably in the kickoff.
Yeah, pre-show
but in
for
what?
sure.
I think it's just going to be a regular tag match. Oh, snap!
Waiting for the setup there.
Wow.
I'm not Johnny LaQuasto. I don't jump into tag team match with Teddy Long all the time. And I look really awkward if I try to raise the roof.
Do it.
I believe that.
Yeah, you believe that?
Do it.
Nah, you can't force me. You can't make me.
Raise it.
You can't make me.
We're doing a show,
All right, hit
man.
the music again.
You can't just do that when I'm not ready.
Oh, damn it.
And it wasn't cued.
All right. Well, once again, we'll most likely have Golden Truth versus a team of Fandango and Tyler Breeze in a tag team match.
You know it's the Mac Militant.
Wow.
This is the Teddy Long raise the roof. He goes really fast. And his legs go up.
There's hardly any raising.
iTunes and SoundClouders, please watch this on YouTube. We're missing out right now.
Our live chat has gone empty.
I've never seen anyone raise a roof and go further downwards. There's no raising. It was leveling the roof.
Raising the roof straight to hell.
Yes, raise the roof to hell. So along with these two teams, we then have the vignette showing a debut happening this Monday, and we finally have a name. They're no longer known as Greetings from Puerto Rico.
Although that was a great name.
That name was rolled right off the
Top
tongue.
notch.
I think merch would have been top seller with it. But they are known as the Shining Stars. I feel like every time we say their name, that sound should happen. Once again, the Shining Stars. Damn it. Get those aliens out of here.
Perfect.
They debut on Raw. We'll see if they're known as Primo and Epico. I have no idea if we're supposed to cheer or boo them.
Oh, I go boo.
Are we booing them?
They're really rubbing their lifestyle in our faces.
Okay, yeah.
They're saying, come on down, but they're not saying, like, hey, we'll greet you at the gate, you know?
Is their finisher going to be called like the gift shop or something? I mean, what?
Could be.
Exit through the gift shop.
Oh.
There it is.
All right.
I think Banksy's got that copyrighted, sorry.
Renee is backstage with Charlotte, talking about how on Monday, Paige had the upset on Charlotte thanks to a whole distraction with Ric Flair trying to get down to ringside, but he was banned. Refs took him
Do you
back.
think Paige is the top female talent that's getting released? That would never happen, right?
No.
I kind of forgot about her.
No.
No?
No,
Okay.
you mentioned Total Divas. So
Oh, yeah,
I
that's
wouldn't
true.
even think about it.
Okay.
If it is, that would be ridiculous. But
Speaking of ridiculous, I asked the chat roll to give you a star rating for your roof raising.
fair enough. How am I doing?
Between 1 to 5, Claire Bowie gave it a minus 974577733.
That I'm okay with that.
Sylvia Love gave you a 2.
Hey, that's positive.
Matt Ward gave you a Bret Hart style 4 out of 10.
Hey, if it was out of 5, 4 is really good.
Jonas Tiger 3.5. Andrea Beeler 2.
Okay.
And Brian Rice negative 10.
But when you put all that together,
I think it's like a 7.
I'm okay with this. Thank you, chat roll. So Charlotte talking about Monday was a travesty. You should never eject my father from the ringside. 16-time champion, 2-time Hall of Famer. And then Rick went on his usual tirade on how Charlotte's going to win. But Charlotte did not seem very happy at her father. She didn't woo with him. She just kind of did a woo.
No, but she oddly went from opening the promo saying how dare the McMahons ban him from ringside to looking annoyed with him. So it doesn't make sense to me. She didn't sell it. Whatever it was supposed to be, it didn't happen. She didn't make it obvious. She didn't give us the story. Sorry, Char.
It makes sense to me. She's sad that her dad's been taking the spotlight from her this entire time. Everybody's been talking about how Rick won the matches for her, so she was trying to play along and try to get her dad upset by it, and then by the end of it, it's more like, I'm actually trying to be with you on this one, Dad, and you keep taking it away. Come on.
Oh, okay. Yeah, see, I think you're right, and you didn't even watch it, so that's not good.
Rick's been being the biggest D-bag, and how much better does it make Charlotte look if she is a bigger D-bag than the biggest D-bag?
Yeah, so, I mean, like, Charlotte has to come up with a way
A donkey
to
bag?
be... Yep. Sure. To be an even dirtier player than her dad.
Oh, a dirty bag.
Now I get
Or,
it.
yeah, yes, or a dirty bag, Scott. Or a dirty bag.
That almost sounds worse than the actual word.
And finally, our main event of the evening, Mark, I'll tell you, get ready. We have the 4 combatants in the Fatal 4-Way Intercontinental title match: Cesaro and Sami Zayn versus Kevin Owens and the Intercontinental Champion Miz in a tag team match.
Wait, sorry, wrong show.
No, moment fast. I gave you the opportunity, Mark.
Yeah, and I tricked you. I pulled a fast one on you.
You could have climbed that ladder. You could have climbed. It's almost like raising a roof.
It's a lot easier to raise the roof from the top of a ladder.
You're already up there. You don't even have to raise it as much.
Nah, you're good.
Yeah. So while Miz is walking to the ring, Owens hops on commentary for like that 10 seconds.
Of course.
And just talks about, he's like, I'm giving Miz one more chance to be a good tag team partner, but it doesn't matter who I have to beat at Extreme Rules. I'm going to walk out with my Intercontinental Championship. He just got a perfect promo while his partner is entering the ring.
No surprise.
No.
That's how good he is.
He is really, really, really good. The beginning of the match, by the way, chat roll's asking me now to push the floor instead of raise the roof. All right.
Good idea, guys.
That's not bad.
Does that mean mop? They want you to mop?
I think they want me to clean this place up.
You should.
They can't even see the floor. They just sense that it's disgustingly filthy.
Yeah, they figure you're not like William Regal where you wipe your shoes before you get in the ring. That you just,
I
generally
actually
mud.
always do that.
Really?
Whenever I am going, I wipe my feet on the apron.
Yeah, I feel like I remember you instructing us to do that when we had our little wrestling lesson last year.
Did I instruct you or did the hobo instruct you?
Somebody definitely told me to do that.
Okay.
Clearly, Hobo wouldn't wipe his feet.
Yeah, that had to be you.
Come on
That's
now.
a Christian Rosenberg for sure.
Fair enough. So at the beginning of the match, Cesaro was in control of Miz, and after like a minute or so, Miz goes over to Kevin Owens to tag him in, and you see and hear Kevin be like, "You literally just got one kick on. You got one kick in. You did nothing to him. You didn't hurt him at all. You got one kick." Kevin Owens is the greatest troll in the history of wrestling. It is hilarious. I just wanted to share that.
He's great. He's killing it.
Fun match. I mean, the Fatal 4-Way is going to steal the show at Extreme Rules. These guys had a great tag team match. Towards the end of the match, Zayn went for the haluva kick, but accidentally hit Cesaro with it. And then Miz pulled Zayn out of the ring. Kevin Owens, with his big old frog splash onto Cesaro, got the win for his team. After the match, Owens powerbomb Zayn. And then Miz comes from behind and gives a skull-crushing finale to Owens. And the Intercontinental Champion is the one standing tall as SmackDown goes off the air.
Yeah, it was really cool to see the Intercontinental match get the main event of SmackDown and treat it with that much prestige. It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
I agree. Overall, very good SmackDown. But we got a lot of news we got to talk about. So let's get into news and gossip right now.
AfterBuzz TV News.
Oh, that was the aliens.
I thought that was the sound of justice.
Yeah, aliens love justice.
Oh. So, last Friday, in the world of wrestling, they call it Black Friday. Not the type of shopping deals. There were 8 releases.
Man.
We had Zeb Coulter, Hornswoggle, Alex Riley, Torito, Santino Marella, Cameron, Wade Barrett, and Damian Sandow. And I think it was just yesterday or earlier, just a couple days ago, they also officially released, after 30 years, the Brooklyn Brawler. Steve Lombardi was released.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, whoa.
After working with him backstage and everything for eternity.
Yeah. Wow, that's crazy.
Besides, I think we're all in agreement that the most shocking one of these was Sandow.
Mm-hmm, for sure.
But were any of these? Did any of these also like throw you for a loop? Like, oh my God, they released this guy?
No, and I hate to say that, but no. Especially because Cameron was here last Saturday at a party at the studio, and I talked to her, and I suspected that she suspected it was coming. So in her case, we're certain not surprised. But no, I don't think Damian Sandow is the only shocker out of this bunch. Agreed?
Yeah, they generally tip their hand when it comes to this stuff. Like, they're pretty obvious when they're not using them and nothing's happening, that you go, oh, well. Actually, Alex Riley was the one that shocked me the most.
Really?
Yeah, us too. We talked about it at length on the NXT show. Check it out after this. But I totally agree. He got a huge opportunity against Shinsuke Nakamura, and it was a great match. He was really starting to come into his new version of his Rage character, and I was starting to really enjoy him.
Yeah, he's been great, and he's great on commentary. He's a great wrestler. Like, he had many skill sets, and I was surprised that they let him go.
I think he should have, when it comes to Riley, if he stayed on commentary, because he's a very good commentator. If he stayed there, I think he would still be employed.
But credit to him, he didn't want to.
No, he wanted to take the shot, and more respect to him for doing it. But I don't know. I mean, it stinks when people lose their jobs, people that we've been entertained by for years. I was kind of surprised about Santino, in all honesty. I know he's not wrestling anymore, but he's a great, like, ambassador. He could have been a manager for someone because the dude can talk and still get a reaction. So I was kind of surprised at Santino.
Maybe that was more on his end. You know, he's got a lot of other things that he can do.
So we'll see. I mean, like you were talking about, maybe more releases are on the way. We'll see. Serious issues that we got to talk about. Adam Rose. I know we kind of touched on a little earlier. So we already know he's in the middle of a suspension, and he was arrested a couple days ago, charged with battery and tampering with a witness. His mugshot was all over the place. TMZ early this morning showed video of him in court with his wife pleading that they wanted to put a restraining order on for him towards his wife. She was pleading not to, that there was no physical harm to it. And I mean, it's, you know, like the judge ordered to have weekly counseling. Since then, his suspension is no longer for 60 days. He is suspended indefinitely, which in most cases will lead to a release. I mean, I don't want to joke about anything when, like, this is like some type of serious concern.
It is very serious.
Yeah.
And one thing that we also learned today, because of Adam appearing in court, is that there was a previous incident in March.
Yes.
And so that's not something that was public, but perhaps the WWE knew about it. Everyone thought his suspension for violating the wellness policy was questionable. So maybe this is something that they were privy to. And of course, WWE has to take a zero tolerance policy for something like this, because ultimately what they're selling is violence, and they have to make a clear line between the performers and what they do in the ring and their personal lives. And this is just, it's unfortunate all around. When a family's dealing with something like this, it's unfortunate. It's sad.
I was reading what a transcript of Hornswoggle talking with Steve Austin on his podcast, and he was talking about one time he was suspended.
Yep.
And they put it under the banner of, you failed the wellness policy, when that's not what had happened. And then it led to speculation of, oh, what did you take? What did you do? And saying, like, that's not what it was, that he was very upset of how it went down. So maybe that is the same way in what Adam Rose, that they just put it under a banner because there is no other set standard of, like, it's because of this, or maybe it looks better, or I don't know what. But I know very little to nothing about this story, and it's just unfortunate all around. I hope it gets better for everybody involved.
Yeah, but between the first instant that apparently happened in March, being suspended, now having it again, having your mugshot and video all over TMZ and everything. I mean, you're pulling for the guy because he's a good talent, and you just want, first and foremost, that him and his family get everything all straightened out, whether we see him in the ring again or not. So we'll keep tabs on this as the weeks go on, but let's get into some actual good news. We actually have good news.
Some good news.
All right.
I got some good news. Preach
the good news, Christian Rosenberg.
Preach.
First off, one of my idols is back at home resting comfortably. Bobby the Brain Heenan was rushed to the hospital earlier in the week because he took a bad fall, but he was sent back home. His blood pressure is back to normal. Everything's good. He's resting comfortably at home. I love Bobby the Brain Heenan. He's the reason I got into commentary, and I am glad he is resting comfortably at home.
Yeah, he's one of my favorites of all time.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love the man. So
Get
glad to
well
hear he's
soon.
doing well.
And finally, Vince McMahon had his Q1 conference call the other day, and in the call,
Did you get informed about this? I wasn't on the call. Were you on the call?
I knew I missed a call from Connecticut. That must have been what it was.
I was busy texting him.
Oh, okay.
I wasn't on the actual call, but he mentioned on the call that John Cena, which we know is coming back Memorial Day, but along with Cena, Seth Rollins, Randy Orton, and Bray Wyatt will all be returning within the next 30 days.
Yay.
Whoa. I'm sure SmackDown's going to get like half of those. Like they'll be showing up on this show.
We've been getting debuts. We got the Vaudevillains debut. We got Dana Brooks debut.
It'd be nice.
One of them can certainly return on SmackDown.
Be nice.
Yeah, we can definitely
Spread the wealth.
Yeah, so all of a sudden you're getting a lot of your heavy hitters all come back at the same time. The new era, the young talent is stealing the shows right now. We're on the way to Money in the Bank and SummerSlam. Right now, as crazy and as worried as we were with all the injuries heading up to WrestleMania, right now it's looking pretty cool.
Did you guys hear about the Hawaii show that's going to be supposedly on the network?
Yes, in I believe early July they're going to do a special.
June 29th.
June, excuse me. Oh, so end of June, they're doing a show in Hawaii that's going to be on the network. And I heard, there are rumors of what the matches. Obviously, matches are always going to change.
They've announced 3 already.
Has WWE announced them?
Yeah.
Oh, because I heard
They were
rumors
announced
about
from
them.
the building.
Oh, okay, because I heard people were saying that there were going to be Nakamura versus Cena.
Nakamura versus Cena, Asuka versus Charlotte, and Brock Lesnar versus Kevin Owens.
Buh?
And
Right?
and
Thank you, WWE Creative.
Scott now cannot speak.
Well, I guess I'm flying to Hawaii.
Yeah, you might need to fly to Hawaii for that. Or we can watch live on the network, and then, of course, I'm sure we'll do the AfterBuzz for it.
Yeah. Well, sure. Great. Fine. I'm going to be flying to Hawaii for that.
So that's going to be really exciting, and we hope you guys enjoyed this week's SmackDown. You can continue talking to us on the various forms of social media. Hey, Christy. How can people talk to you?
Well, I would love it if they would follow me on Twitter, Instagram, and Snapchat. I'm snapping at Christy Reports. And please also subscribe to my YouTube channel, Christy Reports. You guessed it.
Did you just do snappy?
Snappy.
All right. Scott.
You can follow me on Twitter at Curtain Jerks, and you can listen to my comedy wrestling podcast, Curtain Jerks, available on iTunes and SoundCloud. And On Your Mark is back. Check out youtube.com/OnYourMarkShow for a preview of what's to come from WrestleCon 2016 with Marky Extreme and Skeeter Skyflyer talking to Billy Gunn, Al Snow, Melina, and lots more. It's a really funny video. Check that out.
All right.
Hey, Mark, plug your Twitter.
You can follow me on Twitter at Mark B. Donica. You can also listen to a new episode of The Gimmick Podcast at The Gimmick Pod, where I talked to John Roca. It was a good time. Make sure to watch the NXT After Show every Wednesday at 6 p.m. This past episode was a hoot and a holler, and we're also still giving away the NXT Greatest Matches Volume 1 DVD. Tune into that show to figure out how to do it because I'm running out of time.
There you go. And you can follow me on Twitter at We're Rosenberg, Instagram, The We're Rosenberg, T-shirts, ProWrestlingTees.com/Christian Rosenberg, Facebook.com/Christian Rosenberg, Facebook page starting to blow up, trying to do that. Also my YouTube page. I'm actually working on a nice rap, believe it or not. We've always been talking about rap. I'm in the process. I was actually spending some time working on it today about the entire new era in the WWE.
Oh.
And that's going to be exclusively on my YouTube and Facebook page. So make sure you check that out. And of course, all your other AfterBuzz TV news and gossip, follow them on Twitter at AfterBuzz TV. Thanks so much for tuning in this week. For Mark Donick in the booth, Christy Olson, Scott Narver, I am Christian Rosenberg. We will see you later.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.